What a game, my friends. This right here is a masterpiece. Now, having played the 3 Dark Souls, let me give like some of my thoughts on it. And like, let's rank them. I would say we should. I don't think anyone would. I mean, people, of course, are gonna say no, but Dark Souls 2 is in the third place, no doubt, for me at least. And I think many people agree, and the reasons are pretty much could have been a good game, but the way the enemies plays, it kind of killed the entire sense of exploration for me. Even the stones that heal you, I find them to be bad because I didn't feel the need to go around and find Estus shards because it doesn't fucking matter. You can just buy the stones forever. You can just kill a boss, get like a level, and the souls that remain, you can just go buy healing, and that's it. That's all. And then you have the enemy placement. Like at the Second Crown DLC, for an example, I wanted to explore the place, but there were some white phantoms. And those guys were so tanky. Like, why so tanky? What's the fucking purpose? That's just dumb. Why do I have to kill the same enemy all the time? And they are so fucking tanky. I just went and killed the fucking dragon and that girl, and I left. I just didn't feel like it. And then the bosses, like, only the DLC bosses were good. I would say the Mirror Knight and the guy who guards King Vendrick, he was good. But that's it, to be fair. I don't think I remember any other boss. They're just run around them and just attack. That's it. Your average Dark Souls 2 boss. Exploration was shit because too many enemies, annoying. Stupid aggro. I did enjoy it, to be fair, at the beginning, but I did enjoy it for quite a while. But then when I started going to the Earthen Peak, there were those assassin guys who would kill you with one combo out of nowhere. But still, not bad. I got out of that pretty quickly. Then we went to the Iron Keep. That's where the trouble started. Like those ninja and those samurai dudes. Oh my fucking god. Damn. Killed me. I couldn't stand that. And yet what? I think I second tried the Smelter Demon there. Easy fucking boss. I second tried, not second tried, I think the Iron King. I did it like 4 times, but I died. I fell in the lava. I didn't die to the dude. I died to myself. And that is supposed to be like a big boss. And you might say, well, but Dark Souls 3 had Yorm the Giant, which is pretty easy. Yeah, I didn't like the fight. Could have been way better, like if they just was normal. But it is what it is. But every boss in Dark Souls 2, you could say, almost all of them are just underwhelming. You do all that the road underground to find the Rotten. And what does it do? 3 attacks. And he's supposed to be a big soul or whatever. He's supposed to be the Gravelord Nita of Dark Souls 2. But yeah. Then DLC, I liked the Fume Knight, I liked it. I did like the Ivory King, but just one problem though. I don't think it was necessary to fight the army every time you did the boss, but oh well, I guess. But still, it was good. But yeah, that's Dark Souls 2. And I heard on the version I was playing, Scholar of the First King, or the First Sin, not King, they added more enemies for some reason. I don't know. But I guess that happens. But yeah, I did have fun until late game. Just not that fun in my opinion. Now, my number 2 is Dark Souls 1. It is a perfect game, but the only problem I had with it is like I played Elden Ring, my first game, and even though its bosses, I would say most of them are smarter than Dark Souls 2 bosses, they still felt too easy because playing Elden Ring first, it's like it makes Dark Souls 2 and 1 pretty easy on their bosses. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. Dark Souls 1 though. Like all the connected world. That was beautiful. Like opening this door, then somehow going back to Firelink Shrine. Then I discovered the catacombs, because at the beginning I didn't really explore the place because the skeletons were like destroying me. But exploring later when I came back, then I saw that. Ornstein and Small were very fun, even though they didn't take me that long to kill. But they were very fun. It's a good boss, a good duo boss fight. Like, I think everyone kills Ornstein first on their first playthrough because he's the one who comes the closest. But I played some New Game Plus and then I killed Small first. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Like, who gave me the most problems? It was probably the salutes do a lot of damage. But yeah, I have nothing bad to really say about Dark Souls 1. It's just fun. The combat is kind of slow, but it's still fun. You get used to it. Like at the beginning, it can be a bit hard to get used to it when you've played like a faster game. And I'm not usually a big fan of games who have like a slow combat like that. But I don't know, Dark Souls just make it work somehow. But yeah, the DLC bosses though and I really loved the Artorias fight. That was like Like when I learned his combos after, and that was just like dancing with Artorias. Fucking amazing fight. As for Calamite and Manus, for some reason I couldn't dodge them, I don't know why. So I went full Hovel armor on them and just poised it through everything. They hit, I hit. May the strongest win. As for Gwyn, I parried him to death. The combat being slow is like a very good way to parry. It's easy to parry when the combat is slow. But yeah, like if I were to give a rating, I would rate Dark Souls 2, I would give it a 6. Maybe a 7. Dark Souls 1 I would give a 9. Just because the only thing I don't like is the slow combat. Kind of frustrating. But Dark Souls 3, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It has fast combat. It has good level designs. It encourages exploring just like Dark Souls 1. I think I have to find like 2 more flags, but I haven't looked a lot of enough, but not because I didn't want to explore, but because I couldn't find them. Even though I explored quite a lot. But yeah, I really want to do a new game plus run on Dark Souls 3 and 1. I mean, already I'm on 1, I just beat Ornstein and Small there. But yeah, now of course, number 1 is Dark Souls 3. Like, the first day I started playing, it felt so good. It just feels so good, so fluid. The early bosses aren't hard. Like, the Edex Gundyr, I first tried him. But I think the first bosses are just to make you used to the game. Even the Abyss Watchers weren't really that hard. Pretty easy, I'm gonna lie. I thought it didn't take too many tries. Unlike other people. I think it took XQC and what? And I was using the Uchi. I'd like to watch other people's play it. Like I would like progress to an area, then when I had free time, I would go watch other streamers play it. Even in Dark Souls 2 and 1, watching Asmongold was hilarious. At the early levels, he got carried by that maze from the dude, what's his name? Like the first boss. Not the first boss, the dude, the Boreal Valley dude. Bored. Yeah, that maze is pretty OP. I think it would apply Frostbite on the second hit. But yeah. I just had a lot of fun playing this game. Going to the cathedral and then just connecting all the places, finding shortcut after shortcut to the beginning area. Because that place didn't have many bonfires, but it had a lot of shortcuts, and I love it when the game has shortcuts like that. It makes it so fun, and the exploring pays off a lot. I mean, Deacons of the Deep, I would say they weren't bad, even though I did first try them because you just had to follow the red spirit. But yeah, the big skeleton dude, I think I had seen a clip of the dude being killed, and I knew that I had to go for his bracelets immediately. But I did die like 2 times to him, because I didn't know that when he advanced, he would throw darkness around and it would one-shot me like insta-stun, and you can do shit. I mean, that was a easy boss. The Roten was a easy boss, but I think they were just beginner bosses, not really to be taken serious. Old Demon King, he was easy, because I think I fought the Demon King. I was pretty overleveled. But then starting from Pontiff, I really enjoyed fighting that boss. Aldrich was meh. I mean, just a running simulator, running away from him. Because, I don't know, his arrows were kinda annoying. They would one-shot you. But then Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Man, that boss was very good as well. Then going to the dragon dude, the Fallen King, or what was his name? I forgot his name. He was pretty fun as well. Champion Gundyr though. When I first fought him, like I was because I was doing I tried to do the Dark Souls 2 strategy, running behind the boss and getting attacks that way. But then he shocked me when he did the back kick, and that's when I fell in love with that boss on that moment, because I couldn't do a Dark Souls 2 bullshit going behind the boss and just killing him. And I really loved that boss fight. Nothing bad to say about Champion Gundyr. Lothric, Yorm was quite disappointing. I heard the lore of it. The lore is amazing about Yorm, but the fight is rather disappointing. I decided not to link the flame because of Lothric. Amazing lore. And to be fair, Gwyn is kind of a dick. He didn't want to let humanity have its turn, so fuck you, Gwyn. Let the fire fade. What came behind Lothric? Behind Lothric, then, I mean, I would say the base game is pretty short. So then I went to try the Soul of Cinder, and I didn't. So then I went to Painted World of Ariandel. And Sister Freed, I think Sister Freed took me longer than Midir, to be fair. I don't know. But Sister Freed was like she was so easy but so hard at the same time. Like her attacks would feel so gentle but so devastating. Like when I killed her second phase for the first time, I was so relieved, because it tricks you, because you get the Titanite slab right after it, and I thought, oh, it's over. But then the father starts talking, and I'm like, what? And her third phase is it's a flask burner. Like if you go with 10 flasks, you're gonna lose all of them in like less than a minute on your first try, because she's just doing so many things. It's insane. Her black flames are very hard to dodge. But yeah, and then you get stressed out, and then you're gonna get killed on the first phase because you don't want to lose flasks, because you want to keep them for the third phase. It's messed up, but good fight nonetheless. Fucking loved it. Then when you go on the bottom there, when you fight the wolf and the dude, that's whatever. I will just throw two enemies in one place and said fight them. Whatever, doesn't matter. Then comes the Ringed City. Now the Ring City is special. I really love the Ring City, and I love the references from Dark Souls 2. The peak, the place with Earthen Peak. When I found it there, I was amazed at that. Like, wow, what's this doing here? And I found enemies from when I found the Pyromancer from Dark Souls 2, the ones who are at the Earthen Peak. That was amazing as well. Kind of brought nostalgia. Never thought I would have nostalgia about Dark Souls 2, but there I was. Even though Dark Souls 2, my life hell playing it. But yeah, then the Demon Prince. It's a very good fight, and knowing that Lothric's brother, I forgot his name. What was his name? And my memory sucks. That was a very good fight as well. Like, it was harder to kill the demon in pain and the demon. I forgot what his other thing was. It was harder to kill those two than the prince, because the prince I only did on a second try, and the first time I died, I didn't expect that laser to shoot, when he shot the laser straight at me. I didn't expect that. And I'm very bad to dodge like plunging attacks, like that to come straight forwards. I am very bad at dodging those, so I didn't expect that at all. So when I reached the second phase the second time, I just ran straight to him so he wouldn't do it. Get to the city, and I go to the stairs at the beginning of the bonfire, and I'm just there, enjoying the view. And when that big idiot yells over there, and I get one-shotted by the fucking archers out of nowhere. That just scared me. But yeah, it was fun finding the way to go and kill him. Then I didn't like not the swamp. The swamp wasn't bad, because I got to fight the Dragon Slayer armor again, and it's a pretty good fight. But going down the stairs on the city, going down to the swamp, that was pretty hard because of those big dudes. Those big dudes would come on like 2 by 2, and if one hit you, the other would for sure. It would be a 2-shot. And then the Judicator, it wasn't bad, to be fair, because I thought I fought real players there, because they would change every time, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know how it even works if it summons real players. How does it work? Because they wouldn't use Estes. Aren't they allowed to use Estes? But yeah, I think that happens because before entering the church, there was a place to pray. I think that was like a covenant thing, and I think that's how you get summoned, if you enter there, or some shit, I don't know. But it wasn't bad. And then comes Gale. I loved Gale as much as I loved Champion Gundyr. Amazing fights. Really fun. Just nothing bad to say. Didn't take me long to kill him, but amazing fight. And then I went to Midair that I just killed 20 minutes ago or more. He's pretty unpredictable at first. It's hard to focus on him because you can only lock on his head, and he keeps moving, and when he keeps moving that much, you will lose the lock on, and then you don't know what attack is gonna come on you. But yeah, I mean, even the death birds in Elden Ring, which are pretty annoying to fight, if you lock on their head, it's like fighting midair. But you can also lock on their body, which is easier. But here you can only lock on his head. But yeah, it took me a bit of time to learn his. I think it took me more time to learn his first phase than his second phase. I mean, his second phase, all he did extra was the spamming the laser like many times, and that laser does a lot of damage. Like if I didn't use the ember on the second phase, he would for sure one-shot me. But yeah, I learned how to dodge that. Then the purple phantoms. But yeah, pretty fun fight, not gonna lie. Felt very good when I killed him. Not like I felt better when I killed him than when I killed Champion Gundyr and Gale, which I love like a boss. But because it's hard, I love Gundyr and Gale because of their movesets. I love Midir because he's hard, like actually hard. I don't mind hard bosses. I fought Malenia for 10 hours, and of course I would yell sometimes, but it wouldn't get me bored. Like fighting Malenia for 10 hours, it wasn't in any way, it wasn't close to being as bad as Dark Souls 2 runbacks and enemy placements. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why? It's hard, but it's not fun. Make it hard and fun. Like, not just being hard doesn't mean fun. I mean, you know that your game isn't supposed to be overwhelmed by enemies, because it's not that kind of game. Okay, it's just not. But yeah, but that's it. I will put Dark Souls 3 number 1, Dark Souls 1 number 2. I mean, I would put, to be fair, just because of the combat, like if they rework, let's say, if they remake Dark Souls 1 and they give it Dark Souls 3 combat, that would just be equal to me. Like completely equal. But just that slow combat, I'm not a big fan of it. And to be fair, when I started Dark Souls 1, like the roll felt smoother, but then I learned about ADP, which was fucked. But somehow the rolls felt smoother. And I think, I mean, Dark Souls 2 obviously has its good things, but it has a lot of bad things. I liked how he kept the sword. I liked a lot the backstab animation on Dark Souls 2. Like, that was cool, like a double slash, not always just stab. But yeah. But that's it. That's my tier list about Dark Souls. Maybe someday, when if I get a PC or some shit, I will do a boss tier list for all of the games. Yeah. Now, what comes next? Tomorrow, I will start Bloodborne. Hopefully. It's gonna be fun as well. And challenging, hopefully. I've heard it has like hard boss fights, and the DLC also has hard boss fights from what I've seen and heard. But yeah. I'm excited for Bloodborne. As much as I was excited for... I mean, I was excited for all of them. Just a bit disappointed from Dark Souls 2, but... Oh well. It is what it is. It's not a bad game, but as they say, it's the worst Souls game. I can play Demon Souls 2. It's in the PlayStation exclusive pack, so I have it, so I might play it next after Bloodborne, because I've heard it's short, so I don't mind. Then I might play Sekiro, maybe. Who knows? Sekiro sounds fun, and a very, very challenging combat. But I think the only downside on Sekiro would be that you only have one type of combat, like only one weapon. That's what makes other games better in my opinion, but yeah, you can't really change build that much. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot. Hope to see you tomorrow. And yeah, amazing games. Love these games. Leave a like and subscribe. And I love you guys. Good night.